Oh, it's a pleasure to be talking today and to be overviewing Antisense Therapeutics. I'm Mark Diamond. I'm the Managing Director, CEO of Antisense Therapeutics. And as the company overview slide highlights, the company is focused on developing and commercializing its drugs, its antisense pharmaceuticals for large unmet markets with a focus in rare diseases. And the reason for directing the focus to rare diseases is that it is a space where the regulatory authorities provide incentives to pharmaceutical companies to develop drugs for these diseases, where generally there are few therapeutic options. So it allows for a more rapid development of these drugs and an accelerated commercialization. So quicker development generally means less expensive development as well too. So we're there because of the convenience and the accelerated pathways that present to us. The other advantage of playing in the rare disease field is that it does typically provide more attractive pricing and significantly less competition. The company has a long-standing collaboration with a company called Ionis Pharmaceuticals. So the drugs that are in our pipeline, the antisense drugs that we have licensed from this company, Ionis Pharmaceuticals, and we have worldwide exclusive licenses to these two drugs for all disease applications. Our partner Ionis have a very successful track record in the development and commercialization of these antisense drugs. They're listed on NASDAQ, have a market capitalization of over $6 billion, have 3 approved drugs on the market, another 30 of these in clinical development and partnerships with some of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world. So we're in very good company in having an exclusive arrangement with Ionis as we have. And it does, as the slide here suggests, gives us access to an advanced and thereby substantially de-risked technology from the world leader in the field. Our focus, though, today is in a disease called Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and our lead program that we call AT1102 is focused on boys that are more advanced with this Duchenne muscular dystrophy indication. And Duchenne's is a rare disease, unfortunately, an incurable one, where there's a desperate need for effective therapies. There really are no effective therapies available today. Because of that great need, the market is estimated to grow as big as $10 billion by 2030. We've got a really exciting drug that has shown in clinical trials to be both safe and showing preliminary efficacy, as we describe it, in these boys with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We are now in advanced planning for a late-stage clinical trial, as we describe it, which we're going to look to run in both Europe and Australia, and we're on track to kick that study off before the end of this year. So it's going to be a very exciting 2023 for the company as we head into this clinical trial. The market opportunity for Duchenne's is enormous. The drug potential for our compound, has been forecast as being multi-billion-dollar, and so it is something that we think our shareholders should be very excited about the progress of. We also are focused on expanding the clinical application of AT1102 into other disease areas. So beyond our focus in Duchenne's, we're looking to diversify the company's pipeline by focusing other disease areas. We've shown some preliminary data in an animal model of another rare muscle disease called limb-girdle muscular dystrophy R2. For this indication, there are no approved therapies. These patients have nothing available to them today, and there's about 4,000 patients with the disease in the US. So again, if we can come with an effective agent for treating this disease, presents as having $1 billion sales potential at the premium pricing that is offered for drugs for rare diseases. We're also looking at running a study where we're combining our drug for Duchenne's alongside a drug class that's already marketed in the US today. These are the drugs called the dystrophin restoration agents. In the last quarter alone in the US, these drugs sold over 250 million Australian dollars. So on track to be a $1 billion selling dollar category within the US alone. So we're looking at using our drug in combination with these dystrophin restoration drugs in an animal model of Duchenne's to show that the combination, hopefully, is better than just using the single dystrophin restoration agents alone. And so that data we're expecting to report on before the end of this year. We also have a really exciting collaboration in long COVID. Long COVID is, I think everyone on the call here would be aware of, that is a disease setting or indication where there's a huge need. In the US, there's over 20 million people that are afflicted by this condition where they're suffering the key adverse event of neurological aspects such as brain fog. There is a acknowledged need for a better way of being able to diagnose this in patients. To date, we haven't been able to find any blood markers, as we call them, to be able to definitively diagnose these patients. So we undertook a well-first study where we tested the samples, blood samples of patients with long COVID. We assessed over 7,000 proteins in the blood of these patients, where we identified some really interesting markers that present as both potential diagnostic markers and targets for therapy. And so we filed patents around this new technology and these new inventions. And so we're looking now at being able to commercialize this IP by partnering with diagnostic companies and other big pharma companies to look to exploit that new patents that we've developed in this space. I'm on the slide now, corporate overview. Company has a market cap of 60 million. We're well cashed up, balance sheet as identified there with nearly 20 million in the bank as of June of 2022. Largest shareholder is a well-recognised global institutional investor called Platinum Asset Management. They've been on the register for now over 3 years since we first started our program in Duchenne muscular dystrophy. The stock is well covered. You can see the analysts there that have positive buy recommendations on the stock, all well-regarded biotech analysts in the country. And that research is available on our website as identified there. Last slide then, just pointing to the upcoming key catalysts for the company. Well, of course, there's the progress around our phase 2B clinical trial for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, looking to initiate the trial this year. And in the process, we'll be submitting applications for approval with the regulatory authorities where we're running the study in over 13 sites in 4 countries to complete the study. So shareholders should expect some exciting news flow around the progress of that study into initiation and patient dosing. We're looking to get our positive phase 2 clinical trial data published in a peer-reviewed scientific journal, because we know the validation that comes with having your data reported in such journals is very, very important for the progress of these programs. We're looking, of course, at the combination study with those dystrophin restoration agents, and that data, we've told the market we expect to report in the 4th quarter of this year, so that data is not far away soon. We're looking at running a chronic animal study in limb-girdle muscular dystrophy. Again, this is the disease indication where there are no effective treatments today. So that's going to, we believe, be an exciting opportunity to generate news flow in an indication where there's an acknowledged need for a successful therapy. And lastly, we're looking forward to talk to the further development of our program for the neurological aspects of long COVID. We think that's, again, going to be an important source of value adding for the company and important news flow potential for shareholders to look forward to.